I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you, and today I'm going to show you how to make this box. So we made the card yesterday, the treat box. I finished it off. I told you that I'd put those from the Cheerful Daisies and Avers, so it's designed to stand like that, but when you put it in the box, just move those up. Okay, so we're going to make the box to match the one that I filmed making, this one here, and I finished this one. You can just make out the cards. In fact, let me put that on, see if that makes any difference. You can see. Okay, so without further ado, we will begin. So the box base. Okay, so we need a piece that measures 7 5/8 by 8 1/8. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer, and we're going to score that at, in fact, I'm going to take my blade out, because if I mess up now, I don't know whether I've got enough card. Right, so we're going to score that at 1 1/8 on all 4 sides. So 1 1/8 on all 4 sides. So I didn't want to use all of my peach pie card, so I found that pale papaya is just a fraction lighter, and I'll show you in a minute. So just let me do that. So I'm making the base in pale papaya because I don't want to do this. It coordinates with it beautifully, look. So I'm doing the base in that, but on this one I made the base in the same colour, so it's just going to be two-tone this, but you'll see. Okay, so let's make the base first. We'll make it up as we go. So I like to cut first. So I'm just going to cut so that it cuts the score line off. So I'm cutting up more or less the score line, and then I'm going to wedge on either side. Okay, I'm going to repeat this at the other side. So I'm just cutting up that score line and then wedge your tab on either side. So very simple. Then we're going to do the opposite sides the same. So I'm going to cut up the tab and then cut up the score line, should I say, then notch on either side, cut up the score line, and then wedge on either side. Okay, let's move those out of the way. Then I'm going to go in with my bone folder and just give a crease to all of my sides. There we go. Right, so I'm going to bring the glue in now. So we're going to glue the tabs. So I'm going to glue 2 tabs at once. Go back to the first tab. So we're just going to make that nice right angle there and there. And then just going to hold that second or two just to get the glue catching. So just hold it there. Okay, and then we're going to do the bottom. I'm going to do both these at the same time. Okay, and there. Okay, place your box on one side. Then we're going to make the lid. So the lid is, and I'm going to show you on my trimmer, just because when you're making a lid, you need to make it a fraction bigger. So I always make mine. So my base was 8 1/8 and 7 5/8. So I just make it 1/16 bigger. So this measures 8 3/16. So I'll just show you in my trimmer. So if you go to 8 1/8, and then you just move it, that one little mark on, that's your 16th. So that makes you 8 3/16. Then we went to 7 5/8. So if you just go to 7 5/8, and then you just move it, that one little mark on, and that gives you your 16. So that's 7 11/16. Okay, so this one we're going to score at 1/2 inch. I'm putting it in at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch, just doubly, 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to score at 1 1/8, and I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. So make sure I got that absolutely right. Yeah. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then 1 1/8. Okay, so 1/2 inch, and then 1 1/8. Now what I'm doing, oh, you can't see, sorry. Let me just move that up there. No, I don't want that up there. I need it to remind me where to put it. Right, so 1 1/8. What I do when I'm measuring, I look for my 1 1/8 there, and I also look for my 1 1/8 there, and then that makes sure that if you've not cut it absolutely straight, your measurements are going to be, your scoring is going to be straight, and you can make sure that your edges of your box are going to be right. So I'd just like to take that moment and do that, and that's why I slow down when I'm doing that. So 1/2 inch, and again I'm doing, I've put it out, sorry, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch there. So I'm using that up there and then this down here. So make sure it's absolutely right, and then that's all, no, and then my 1/8. So 1/8, and then and do that. Okay, right, we can put our trimmer out of the way now, and what I'm going to do is on the first I'm going to notch, so I'm notching to the first score line, and then I'm cutting down to the second score line. So I'm cutting down the score, making that straight. Then I come back in and wedge, and then I wedge on the next bit, and then I turn it and I cut into it like that, so you get it like that. Okay, so we'll do that again. So I wedge into the first score line, then cut down to the second score line, then I go back in on the tab and I'm cutting that at a wedge. Then at the other side I'm going to wedge it, then I turn it round and miter in again, or wedge in again, so it looks like that. Okay, then I'll turn to the opposite side. I'm going to repeat that, so I'm going to wedge in to the first score line, cut down to the second score line, then come in and wedge, come in, oops, come in and wedge, then turn it and miter this side. Okay, so we're gonna cut in and then down to the second score line and go back in. I'll cut that out of the way. So let me hold it up. So it's this is the tab, you see. So we cut into that and then we spin it round and wedge it. Okay, and so it will give us a template like that. Right, now we bring in the bone folder. So we're gonna score and burnish now. Now give these a really good burnish. Okay, really good burnish. Now I will do the tab at this first one. Well, that's on the second score line, that. But then when I do the second one, I'm going to move my tabs out of the way. They don't need to be creased, just the outer bit. Give that a good crease down. So move your tab out of the way. Do that down. So I've done on the second score line. It doesn't matter which way round you do it. You're just burnishing on. So I can do on the first one first. Okay. And then the second one, and I'll push my tabs up for this one, just crease a little bit. Now why I do this, why I fold and burnish on the second before I cut it, I just find it leaves a nicer edge. And that's the reason I do that, in case you've ever wondered that, because a lot of people will score and then cut after. I like to follow the score line down, so I tend to score, cut and then burnish. But there's no wrong way of doing it, so you can please yourself. I just find that this edge now is a straighter edge for me doing that. Just hold it and then bring that one up, so it's just a straighter edge, I find. And it will keep coming undone until the glue has gone that bit tackier, holds it together. And then let's do the other side. So I hope you'll give this a go. If you haven't got the daisy set, you could have a go with the amaryllis and do that with just do the triangle of flowers, or any flower sets that you've got. If you've got a bigger one and a smaller one, then it works. So Right, so now let's make sure that is. Now I'm going to cut glue on the tabs now. Oh. And then put it in, and then I always go along with my bone folder and really creasing that down, and then I hold it for a few seconds like this, just till it adheres. And I'm going to do this at the, I've done the opposite, where the tabs are I'm doing first, just to hold those in place more. Oh, I've got the light just in my face really, so it's hard for me. I've put the positioning really wrong for me today. I'm just going to hold that down a second or two. So, well, they were promising us more and more snow, but the snow has never come today. So it's just been rainy all day. You've had nicer weather where you live. Again. This takes a bit longer with glue. Okay, again, just go along with my bone folder and then just hold it in place for a second or two. It's just a really pretty colour, this peach pie. Really pretty. Really enjoyed working with it. It's not often that I work with more orangey colours, but I have really enjoyed working with it. Just so pretty. Right, so we'll help that along by bringing back our box and then popping. So if you just bend those in like that, sit it down and there, and then we just put the lid nicely on the top, and that's a nice fit, so it's not gonna fall out. Okay, so it's a nice fit but without the struggle, and that will help hopefully with the sticking of the others pieces. Right, now I've got a piece of pumpkin pie, loads of pies on there, pumpkin pie, and it measures 5 1/8 by 5 5/8. So let's just put that there a minute, because it's better if you adhere your DSP first. 5 3/8 by 4 7/8. So your 4 7/8 is this way, and your 5 and 4 7/8, yeah, and 5 3/8. So I'm going to do this on now. Okay, and just give that a lovely equal increment all the way around. Yep. And then we're going to put that on our box now. And then make sure I've got nice equal increment on here. And then press that down. Okay, so what I've done this time is I've cut out, yes I have, I've cut out from the Peaceful Season dies. I've been using the little one, and I use the little one on the inside of the card, and I'm using the larger one on the outside of the card. Okay, so what I've done is I'm Katie cornering this now, and I'm just going to put some dimensionals on first. So I'm going to put 3 on because I don't want it collapsing. Okay, so I'm putting 3 on. And then I decided that I'd have it so that I am touching the DSP. So see that curve of the die? I'll pick it up and show you in a minute. So I'm going to put that down. So I've done it so that the curve just touches the edge of the DSP like that. And then I'm going to do exactly, I've prepared the flowers already, so done exactly what I did in the inside of the card. So I've embossed with gold, cut them out, used my blending brush to put some, because I cut them out with the peach pie, and I've put pumpkin pie in the middle of them. And this one I just rounded down. So I'm just going to round that down, and then I'm only putting 1 in the middle, and then I'm just going to sit this roughly in the middle, but just so that it goes over, just touching over onto your verse. So you can use anything that fits on there. There's quite a lot of sentiments. This one I've done So Lucky to Call You Friend, and this one is just a little reminder you are loved. So these are, just test it out, whichever sentiments you've got that works, go for that. Right, now I think I will. So I've already done these, the gold embossing again, the pumpkin pie, and these lovely pearls, and these I curve up. Okay, and I'm just going to put again 1 dimensional in the middle, and I'm just going to tuck this. So this is, I'm just going to tuck it, I think about there. I'm just going to tuck it about there, and then I'm going to bring in, now I'm going to stick a bit more glue on, I think. I'm going to stick, normally just stick it at the bottom, but I'm going to stick a little bit more on here and just tuck this underneath like that there, and then I'll bring in the next one, and again just gonna round them up, again put a dimensional on, then I kind of tuck it underneath again and go there, so it's going over and under, any way you like, no wrong and right. And again, I'll put more glue on this, and this I'll stick again. In fact, I'll stick this out the side this time. So as I say, no wrong and right, you can stick it where you like. There we go, and that's your box finish. So there we go. Whoops, doesn't matter. So there's your box and there's your card. And I think that's really, really pretty. It's a lovely gift to give your friend, family. It'd be lovely as even as a wedding card. Put treats in here. I have a feeling something like, is it the twist, they're like flakes, but they're covered in chocolate. Now there was called a time out biscuit, and I know they're not twirls. There we go, it's come to me. So the twirls might fit in there. That'd be rather nice. Twirling either one, or flakes, or as I say, you know that I've put the heroes in, but celebrations would fit in as well. So hope you like that. Thank you very much for dropping by. Do appreciate it. Please do give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are haven't subscribed, and please press the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my uploads, because when I've got something to show and I'm making something, I pop on. So that can be any time. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd love you to share it. If you would share my videos to help me get my subscription up, please, because there's lots of people that I'm sure would like to see my ideas and what I do. So if you can get me out there, that would be brilliant. Thank you very much. Take care. Stay well, stay safe. Bye for now.